Hi, I'm new here. Welcome to my Pokemon channel. Today I'm going to open up something that I've actually already opened. Last year, before the market with Pokemon cards went crazy, I thought I'd try my hand at doing rip and chips. So the one rip and chip stream that I did, I opened up the Greninja UPC. That's where I got this playmat from. And then during the stream, I started to open up the packs from the box in between orders. But thanks to awesome people like Pokegirl Nina, PokeRips Kellen, Mr. Skang, I didn't have much time during that stream to open up all of the packs from the Greninja box. I basically just put the packs back in the box and kind of forgot about them for a few months. There should be maybe like 10-ish packs left in here. So there's nothing really to unbox. Let's just open this up and start opening up these packs. Can't even remember what I opened during the stream. I don't think I pulled anything. Anyway, left over there's some Temporal, some Paldea Evolved, some Twilight, some Stellar, and a Paradox Rift. Let's open these up. Let's go with... Let's start with the Temporal Horses. With Raging Bolt, I believe, on the art. Code card. Lightning Energy. Ponyta, a fire horse Pokemon. It can't run properly when it's newly born. As it races around with others of its kind, its legs grow stronger. Chatot, a music note Pokemon. It mimics the cries of other Pokemon to trick them into thinking it's one of them. This way, they won't attack it. Cottony, a cotton puff Pokemon. It shoots cotton from its body to protect itself. If it gets caught up in hurricane strength winds, it can get sent to the other side of the earth. Carvanha, a savage Pokemon. It won't attack while it's alone, not even if it spots prey. Instead, it waits for other Carvanha to join it, and then the Pokemon attack as a group. You can see there's actually a bunch of Carvanha in there. Excadrill, a subterrane Pokemon, evolves from Drillbur. It's not uncommon for tunnels that appear to have formed naturally to actually be a result of Excadrill's rampant digging. Keldeo, a Colt Pokemon. Keldeo has strengthened its resolve for battle, filling its body with power and changing its form. Still don't know what that means. What form did it used to have? Delmise, a sea creeper Pokemon. After a piece of seaweed merged with the debris from a sunken ship, it was reborn as this ghost Pokemon. Snom, a worm Pokemon, reverse hollow. It eats snow that has accumulated on the ground. It prefers soft, freshly fallen snow, so it will eat its way up a mountain, aiming for the peak. Reuniclus evolves from Duosion, a multiplying Pokemon, reverse hollow. While it could use its psychic abilities in battle, this Pokemon prefers to swing its powerful arms around to beat opponents into submission. And a Drampa, a placid Pokemon, hologram. The mountains it calls home are nearly 2 miles in height. On rare occasions, it descends to play with the children living in the towns below. Let's finish off the Temporal with Iron Crown, I believe. Gold card. Metal Energy. Meryl, an Aqua Mouse Pokemon. The fur on its body naturally repels water. It can stay dry even when it plays in the water. Illustrator is you. Golett, an automaton Pokemon. They were sculpted from clay in ancient times. No one knows why, but some of them are driven to continually line up boulders. Dunsparce, a land snake Pokemon. It creates mazes in dark locations. When spotted, it flees into the ground by digging with its tail. Snom, a worm Pokemon. Lycanroc evolves from Rockruff, a wolf Pokemon. Lycanroc attacks its prey with its sharp claws and fangs. It loyally obeys the instructions of a trainer it trusts. Salvatore, a trainer supporter. Palafin evolves from Finizen, a hero Pokemon. This Pokemon's ancient genes have awakened. It is now so extraordinarily strong that it can easily lift a cruise ship with one fin. Boxed Order, a trainer item. Reverse Holo. Groddle evolves from Turtwig, a Grove Pokemon. Reverse Holo. It lives along water in forests. In the daytime, it leaves the forest to sunbathe its treed shell. And a Relicanth, a longevity Pokemon. Hologram. Rock-hard scales and oil-filled swim bladders allow this Pokemon to survive the intense water pressure of the deep sea. Next, let's do the Paradox Rift with Armarouge on the art. Code card. Lightning Energy. Minun, a cheering Pokemon. It cheers on friends. If its friends are losing, its body lets off more and more sparks. Doublade evolves from Honedge, a sword Pokemon. The two swords employ a strategy of rapidly alternating between offense and defense to bring down their prey. Miltank, a milk cow Pokemon. Sao art. This Pokemon needs to be milked every day or else it will fall ill. The flavor of Miltank milk changes with the seasons. Wimpod, a turn-tail Pokemon. Another Sao art. Wimpod gather in swarms, constantly on the lookout for danger. They scatter the moment they detect an enemy's presence. Screamtail, an ancient Paradox Pokemon. There has been only one reported sighting of this Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious creature depicted in an old expedition journal. Iron Bundle, a future Paradox Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious object mentioned in an old book. There are only 2 reported sightings of this Pokemon. Ferrothorn evolves from Ferroseed, a thorn pod Pokemon. Its spikes are harder than steel. This Pokemon crawls across rock walls by stabbing the spikes on its feelers into the stone. Toedscruel evolves from Toedscool, a wood ear Pokemon. Reverse Holo. It coils its 10 tentacles around prey and sucks out their nutrients, causing the prey pain. The folds along the rim of its head are a popular delicacy. Knackley, a rock salt Pokemon. Reverse Holo. It was born in a layer of rock salt deep under the earth. This species was particularly treasured in the old days, as they would share precious salt. And a Xatu evolves from Natu, a mystic Pokemon. Hologram. This odd Pokemon can see both the past and the future. It eyes the sun's movements all day. Next, let's start opening some Stellar Crown. This has the Terra Terrapagos on the art. Code card. Fighting Energy. Lediba, a 5-star Pokemon. When the weather turns cold, lots of Lediba gather from everywhere to cluster and keep each other warm. Fan Rotom, a Plasma Pokemon. There are several appliances that Rotom can inspirit, but the first one to be developed was the electric fan. Mean Fu, a martial arts Pokemon. They seclude themselves in the mountains and devote themselves to training. The form of their kicks and chops differ from pack to pack. Mo Rotom, a Plasma Pokemon. This Rotom has possessed a lawnmower. It will mow down grass and flowers, then swagger around with pride at its accomplishments.
Or did it walk away smug, self-assured?
So smug, like this. Like he thought it was funny.
Toad Skrull evolves from Toad School, a wood ear Pokemon. Different Pokédex entry in this set. These Pokemon gather into groups and form colonies deep within forests. They absolutely hate it when strangers approach. Kofu, a trainer supporter. Mean Xiao evolves from Mean Fu, a martial arts Pokemon. Using the long fur on its arms like whips, it launches into combo attacks that, once started, no one can stop. Flittle, a frail Pokemon. Reverse Holo. Flittle's toes levitate about half an inch above the ground because of the psychic power emitted from the frills on the Pokemon's belly. Salazzle evolves from Salandit, a toxic lizard Pokemon. Reverse Holo. When two Salazzle meet, they will use their pheromone gas to fight over the males in each other's group. And a Bouffalant, a Bash Buffalo Pokemon. Hologram. These Pokemon can crush a car with no more than a headbutt. Bouffalant, with more hair on their heads, hold higher positions within the herd. Next, the Stellar Crown with Terra Cinderace on the art. Code card. Lightning Energy. Charjabug evolves from Grubbin, a battery Pokemon. As it digests fallen leaves, it generates and stores electricity, which it can discharge from the tips of its jaws. Salandit, a toxic lizard Pokemon. Only female Salandit can produce gas laden with pheromones. Males entranced by this gas will do whatever the females tell them. Yamask, a spirit Pokemon. The spirit of a person from a bygone age became this Pokemon. It rambles through ruins, searching for someone who knows its face.
I know your face.
Pansear, a high-temp Pokemon. This Pokemon lives in caves and volcanoes. The fire within the tuft on its head can reach 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Dubwool evolves from Wooloo, a sheep Pokemon. Weave a carpet from its springy wool, and you end up with something closer to a trampoline. You'll start to bounce the moment you set foot on it. Swalot evolves from Gulpin, a poison bag Pokemon. It can swallow a tire whole in one gulp. It secretes a horribly toxic fluid from the pores on its body. Mewtwo, a genetic Pokemon. A Pokemon created by recombining Mew's genes. It's said to have the most savage heart among Pokemon. Toedscruel evolves from Toedscool, a wood ear Pokemon. Reverse Hollow.
Wow.
Lileep evolves from Antique Root Fossil. Illustration Rare. This Pokemon was restored from a fossil. Lileep once lived in warm seas that existed approximately 100 million years ago. Very cool.
Nice.
And Melmetal evolves from Meltan, a Hex Nut Pokemon. Hologram. At the end of its lifespan, Melmetal will rust and fall apart. The small shards left behind will eventually be reborn as Meltan.
Sleepy time, sleepy time, sleepy, sleepy time.
Next, Stellar Crown with Terra Galvantula on the art. Code card. Psychic Energy. Score Bunny, a rabbit Pokemon. Fire energy gathers in the pads on its feet, raising their temperature. Once hot, Score Bunny's foot pads can deal heavy damage to opponents. Antique Cover Fossil, a trainer item that evolves into Tortuga. Pancham, a playful Pokemon. It chooses a Pangoro as its master and then imitates its master's actions. This is how it learns to battle and hunt for prey. Duraludon, an alloy Pokemon. Its metal body is durable but prone to retaining heat. It vents this heat from the slits in its tail. Togedemaru, a roly-poly Pokemon. With the long hairs on its back, this Pokemon takes in electricity from other electric Pokemon. It stores what it absorbs in an electric sac. Jirachi, a wish Pokemon. It's said to have the ability to grant any wish for just 1 week every 1,000 years. Glass Trumpet, a trainer item. Toedscool, a wood ear Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. Toedscool lives in muggy forests. The flaps that fall from its body are chewy and very delicious. Tetsu Kayama. That's the same artist, I think, that does the undead zombie Parasect. Well, the dot art. Did he do the art for the Toedscruel as well? I think. Wasn't paying attention. Electivire evolves from Electabuzz, a Thunderbolt Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. This Pokemon presses the tips of its tails onto an opponent and instantly sends over 20,000 volts of high voltage electricity through them. And Grimmsnarl evolves from Morgrim, a bulk up Pokemon. Hologram. It lives deep within the forest. Even after evolving into this splendid form, it hasn't given up on its petty misdeeds and pranks. And last of the Stellar Crown packs, with Terra Lapras on the art. Gold card. Water Energy. Impadimp, a wily Pokemon. That's Tomokazu Komiya art. Very cool. They live in groups, pestering and playing pranks on each other to polish their troublemaking skills. What's he doing with his hand? Drifloon, a balloon Pokemon. Because of the way it floats aimlessly, an old folktale calls it a signpost for wandering spirits. Ponyta, a fire horse Pokemon. Its legs grow strong while it chases after its parent. It runs in fields and mountains all day. Cubone, a lonely Pokemon. When the memory of its departed mother brings it to tears, its cries echo mournfully within the skull it wears on its head. Veluza, a Jettison Pokemon. Veluza has excellent regenerative capabilities. It sheds spare flesh from its body to boost its agility, then charges at its prey. Swalot evolves from Gulpin, a poison bag Pokemon. Hayapa Berry, a trainer Pokemon tool. Drifblim evolves from Drifloon, a blimp Pokemon. Sao art. Reverse Holo. They carry people and Pokemon, but the wind can catch them, so there can't be a fixed destination. Meltan, a Hex Nut Pokemon. Yuka Mori art. Reverse Holo. It dissolves and eats metal. Circulating liquid metal within its body is how it generates energy. And a Bouffalant, a Bash Buffalo Pokemon. Hologram. Next, Paldea evolved with, I think that's Ting Lu on the art. Go card. Grass Energy. Tadbulb, an Ella Tadpole Pokemon. Tadbulb shakes its tail to generate electricity. If it senses danger, it will make its head blink on and off to alert its allies. Girafarig, a long neck Pokemon. Though very small, the brain in its tail is still considered an important organ because it emits powerful psychic energy. Great Ball, a trainer item. Ralor, a rolling Pokemon. This Pokemon creates a mud ball by mixing sand and dirt with psychic energy. It treasures its mud ball more than its own life. Raichu evolves from Pikachu, a mouse Pokemon. Its tail discharges electricity into the ground, protecting it from getting shocked. Gothitelle evolves from Gothorita, an astral body Pokemon. Gothitelle unleashes psychic energy and shows opponents dreams of the universe's end. These dreams are apparently ethereal and beautiful. Arctibax evolves from Frigibax, an ice fin Pokemon. Arctibax freezes the air around it, protecting its face with an ice mask and turning its dorsal fin into a blade of ice. Farigiraf evolves from Girafarig, a long neck Pokemon, reverse hollow. Now that the brain waves from the head and tail are synced up, the psychic power of this Pokemon is 10 times stronger than Girafarig's. Corviknight evolves from Corvisquire, a Raven Pokemon, reverse hollow. Corviknight can't serve as a taxi service in Paldea because the Pokemon's natural predators will attack it while it flies, endangering the customer. And Spiritomb, a forbidden Pokemon, hologram. Its constant mischief and misdeeds resulted in it being bound to an odd keystone by a mysterious spell. Next, the Paldea evolved with Masquerade. Code card. Fire Energy. Murkrow, a darkness Pokemon. Feared and loathed by many, it is believed to bring misfortune to all those who see it at night. Mischievous, a Screech Pokemon. This Pokemon startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. Sneasel, a Sharp Claw Pokemon. This cunning Pokemon hides under the cover of darkness, waiting to attack its prey. Gothita, a Fixation Pokemon. This Pokemon is normally very innocent. When it is staring at something invisible, it is unblinking and utterly silent. Farigiraf evolves from Girafarig, a long neck Pokemon. Bidops evolves from Tarantula, a trap Pokemon. It clings to branches and ceilings using its threads and moves without a sound. It takes out its prey before the prey even notices it. Passimian, a teamwork Pokemon. Yeah, that's jerky art. When he doesn't use outlines in his art. This Pokemon battles by throwing hard berries. It won't obey a trainer who throws Pokeballs without skill. Skiploom evolves from Hoppip, a cottonweed Pokemon, reverse hollow. Skiploom enthusiasts can apparently tell where a Skiploom was born by the scent drifting from the flower on the Pokemon's head. The Titan evolves from Citadel, a Terra Whale Pokemon, reverse hollow. This Pokemon wanders around snowy, icy areas. It protects its body with powerful muscles and a thick layer of fat under its skin. And Slacking evolves from Vigoroth, a lazy Pokemon, hologram. It is the world's most slothful Pokemon. However, it can exert horrifying power by releasing pent-up energy all at once. The final Paldea Evolved pack with Quaquaball on the art. Go card. Darkness Energy. Dano, an irate Pokemon. It can't see, so its first approach to examining things is to bite them. You will be covered in wounds until a Dano warms up to you. Sandygast, a Sand Heap Pokemon. There is a tunnel all the way through it. If it loses its shovel, it will stick something else, like a branch, in its head to make do until it finds another shovel. Tarantula, a string ball Pokemon. The balls of threads wrapped around its body is elastic enough to deflect the scythes of Scyther, this Pokemon's natural enemy. Murkrow, a darkness Pokemon. Superior Energy Retrieval, a trainer item. Sudowoodo, an imitation Pokemon. Jerky art. Although it always pretends to be a tree, its composition appears more similar to rock than to vegetation. Pelipper evolves from Wingull, a water bird Pokemon. It is a flying transporter that carries small Pokemon in its beak. It bobs on the waves to rest its wings. Cufant, a copper derm Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. Seems undersaturated somehow. Even the letters seem fainter. Using the pointy tip of its trunk, it carves off chunks of hard rocks to eat. It is very docile and helps people with physical labor. Sandygast, a Sand Heap Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. And a Veluza, a Jettison Pokemon. Hologram. When Veluza discards unnecessary flesh, its mind becomes honed and its psychic power increases. The spare flesh has a mild but delicious flavor. And the final 3 packs are some Twilight Masquerade. So let's start with the pack with Blood Moon Ursaluna on the art. Go card. Metal Energy. Monferno evolves from Chimchar, a playful Pokemon. It skillfully controls the intensity of the fire on its tail to keep its foes at an ideal distance. Nosepass, a compass Pokemon. When endangered, it may protect itself by increasing its magnetism and drawing nearby iron objects to its body. Jinx, a human-shaped Pokemon. In certain parts of Galar, Jinx was once feared and worshipped as the Queen of Ice. Floette evolves from Flabebe, a single bloom Pokemon. This Pokemon uses red wavelengths of light to pour its own energy into flowers and draw forth their latent potential. Hassel, a trainer supporter. Noticed all of the artwork. There's a Cacnea in the bottom, a Ditto, a Dedenne, a Phanpy, an Eevee, and what could that be? Maybe a Metapod? Poliwrath evolves from Poliwhirl, a tadpole Pokemon. It can use its well-developed arms and legs to run on the surface of the water for a split second. Scolipede evolves from Whirlipede, a Megapede Pokemon. Scolipede latches onto its prey with the claws on its neck before slamming them into the ground and jabbing them with its claws' toxic spikes. Heliolisk evolves from a Helioptile, a generator Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. A now vanished desert culture treasured these Pokemon. Appropriately, when Heliolisk came to the Galar region, treasure came with them. Cramorant, a Gulp Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. It's an incredibly poor learner because it uses the bare minimum amount of energy for its brain. It focuses on battling instead. And a Monkey Dory, a retainer Pokemon. Hologram. Monkey Dory keeps itself somewhere safe while it toys with its foes, using psychokinesis to induce intense dizziness. Next, Twilight Masquerade with another Blood Moon Ursaluna. Code card. Darkness Energy. Ducklet, a water bird Pokemon. It strengthens its body by diving into the depths of ponds, swimming around while looking for bog moss to eat. Ninetales evolves from Vulpix, a fox Pokemon. It has 9 long tails and fur that gleams gold. It is said to live for 1,000 years. Trevenant evolves from Phantump, an Elder Tree Pokemon. Trevenant is very kind to Pokemon living in the forest. It doesn't even care if these Pokemon take up residence in the greenery on its head. Emolga, a Sky Squirrel Pokemon. As Emolga flutters through the air, it crackles with electricity. This Pokemon is cute, but it can cause a lot of trouble. Bellybolt evolves from Tadbulb, an Ella Frog Pokemon. What appears to be eyeballs are actually organs for discharging the electricity generated by Bellybolt's belly button dynamo. Accompanying Flute, a trainer item. Boomerang Energy, a special energy. Puchaina, a bite Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. Puchaina pursue their prey in packs. Once the prey is exhausted, the pack finishes it off. But sometimes the prey retaliates and the pack flees. Kadabra, a Psy Pokemon. Reverse Hollow. Using its psychic power, Kadabra levitates as it sleeps. It uses a springy tail as a pillow. And evolves into Alakazam. Evolves from Kadabra, a Psy Pokemon. Hologram. It has an incredibly high level of intelligence. Some say that Alakazam remembers everything that ever happens to it from birth till death. And one last pack. Twilight Masquerade with Is that a Terra Teal Mask Ogrepon? Cool card. Fighting Energy. Lefairy, a fairy Pokemon. On nights with a full moon, they gather together and dance. The surrounding area is enveloped in an abnormal magnetic field. Who are those people? Shinx, a flash Pokemon. The extension and contraction of its muscles generates electricity. Its fur glows when it's in trouble. Poltergeist, a matcha Pokemon. Poltergeist looks like a regional form of Sinistea, but it was recently discovered that the two Pokemon are entirely unrelated. Varoom, a single Sill Pokemon. The steel section is Varoom's actual body. This Pokemon clings to rocks and converts the minerals within into energy to fuel its activities. Lana's Aid, a trainer supporter. Leafeon, a verdant Pokemon, evolves from Eevee. The younger they are, the more they smell like fresh grass. With age, their fragrance takes on the odor of fallen leaves. Revavroom evolves from Varoom, a multi-Sill Pokemon. Revavroom viciously threatens others with the sound of its exhaust. It sticks its tongue out from its cylindrical mouth and sprays toxic fluids. Leafeon, a verdant Pokemon, reverse holo. Litwick, a candle Pokemon, reverse holo. While shining a light and pretending to be a guide, it leeches off the life force of any who follow it. And Sinistra evolves from Poltergeist, a matcha Pokemon. It prefers cool, dark places such as the back of a shelf or the space beneath a home's floorboards. It wanders in search of prey after sunset. Well, again, I don't quite remember what I pulled from those few packs during the live stream, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get a hit. That means that the single hit from this box was a Lileep illustration rare.
Disappointed!
Yeah, turns out I'm really bad at this.
Good thing we got the playmat and the promos from the box. So, did you open up one of these Greninja UPCs? Did you pull anything more than one IR from it? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, comment down below, and even subscribe if you feel like it. Until next time, thank you for joining me. Testing, 1, 2, testing. Me. What am I trying to say? Get rid of all of that. Who was it? Get rid of all of that too. I don't know what I'm saying. 1 second. Need to do my game. Burping up pizza nuggets.
Wow.